All right. Well then, welcome to episode 48, Close Encounters of the Funny Kind. We have some special guests.
Marv and Harry.
Sam talked me into this. Finally, it's part of her birthday present, though, so it is. It counts because I had to pay for them and stuff. So, those are our ducks. They kind of hang out. They don't like when you pick one of them up and take it away from the other one. There's a lot of squawking, but...
And wing flapping.
Yeah.
I call it wing because they don't have wings. They're
like little baby wings. Are they going to fall asleep in there? People are like, those aren't real ducks. That one looks like he's getting heavy-eyed. Yeah, I don't know. So Sam may have to take those and...
I may have to get up and take them if they start walking around, but I think they'll be fine. They're sitting on top of each other. They're warm. Shut up, Richard.
Or if they start making a bunch of noise and being disruptive.
Don't interrupt my podcast. Okay, only I can do that with my yawns.
All right.
I'm not burping tonight.
No?
I'm not beer funneling. I'm not doing... Because I was miserable all day last Sunday. Hey.
Oh, they're making a break.
No. Cool your shit.
You were miserable, why?
I was miserable all day Sunday. I was
You got kind of lit. You were a little bit
was.
a little bit drunky the bear here after shotgunning a few.
I was shitting all day too.
Oh. Thanks for sharing that with the group.
I'm going White Claw tonight. We laid by the pool. It's my birthday weekend.
No.
And this is what I want. I just want something cool and light and fun. So I'm drinking this. Hang on. Hey, am I boring?
Probably.
Shit.
This is something very important that I wanted to bring up. I told you that I was going to address this on the podcast. I saw this on two different things that I watched this week. One of them was a podcast that I listened to, and one was just a TikTok reel or whatever it is where they have their little floating head down there and they talk about something. People, if your smoke detector battery is beeping, change it. Or take the smoke detector down and throw it in the trash.
Do you know the best one? You know the best annoying thing that people have and they go weeks and months before they fix it?
What?
You know, when the power flicks and you have an alarm system?
Yeah.
And it goes off and it comes back on and then every 10 minutes it goes beep.
That's a smoke detector.
No, it's your parents do it. Their alarm thing does it.
Sam, I'm not done here. This is
Sorry.
Yeah.
You've got some issues.
It's the most annoying thing because if you're not going to change your smoke detector battery when it goes down, I don't care about you being safe from fires. I don't understand what kind of psychopath is able to hear something beep every 1 to 2 minutes constantly and not get annoyed. If you're able to hear that and not want to drive your car into your house to make it stop, you're a lunatic. That's all I'm going to say. It's a public service announcement. You may be a serial killer if you don't make that stop. If I hear a smoke detector beep, I am immediately trying to find it. Immediately. It beep. Which one? Which one is it? People are doing podcasts and filming TikToks. I'm like, that's been beeping for weeks or months and they're just letting it ride.
So you can't throw your hands on the table. Don't disrupt my baby.
That's not going to happen. That's how I roll.
All right. So listen, when I had to take Jackson to the dentist that Sunday morning,
yeah,
his fire or smoke detector was beeping, and he was like, "I gotta change that before Monday."
Instantly.
So I immediately walked the office and I found it for him. He took it down and replaced the batteries immediately. Us, on the other hand, we take them down, and I actually have one. I can tell you for a fact, I know exactly where one of them is. It's in my underwear drawer.
Yeah. We don't put new batteries in them, but we're normal people.
I don't think
we just take them down and throw them in a drawer and pull the battery out.
I'm not sure that there is a smoke detector in this house right now.
No. No, because we're not idiots. We're not going to burn our house
I think
down.
he's mocking you because every time we
Hey,
talk,
he's moving his mouth a lot.
I've never seen him move his mouth this much.
I don't like the tone. I'm watching you.
Coming at me.
But
go.
It's so annoying when people are posting videos of it. Just beep. And they're just talking through it. They're not like, oh, I'm sorry, I smoked it. Like if I was doing a guest spot on a podcast and that happened, I'd say, I'm sorry, I've got to stop. I'm going to go find that and stop it because I listened to a podcast. It was an hour and a half long and it just beeped the whole. And I finally stopped the podcast.
Did you
file
a complaint against that podcaster?
No, it was a 4-year-old podcast, so I didn't like. I was like, they don't care. But I started to comment and just say, can we check on these people and see if that smoke detector is still beeping? Like, I would like to know the guest that was on the pod. I'd like to know if that's still.
Oh, is that like the people that ride around with their gas light on too?
God, no. This is far worse. You're an absolute lunatic if you don't replace those. The ducks, they're doing stuff. I'm so worried one of them's going to just jump out of there and flop onto the. Are you sure that one's not dying? He's doing a lot of mouth movement. All right. Anyway. We kind of jumped into this here. I have a lot of notes here on stuff I wanted to research, but we ran out of time doing duck. I don't want you to look.
Doing duck stuff.
Duck and Easter stuff with the children.
Okay, we didn't do anything duck. That's my beer.
What is he doing with his mouth?
Is your tongue dry?
We can't be doing this the whole podcast.
Are you ready to go back?
Go put them up. Go put the ducks up.
This one
I'll just sit
happy and content.
I'll just sit here and be handsome while you deal with the ducks.
Can I just leave this one?
No, because then they're going to both squawk a lot because...
What are you doing? You don't normally do this. What are you doing? All right.
Go put them up. Maybe they're cold a wee bit. Do they have tongues? Is that
they have tongues. That's what you see.
That is wild.
Do you need the water? Is that what you need? Come here, babies. Oh, it's okay.
That's not gonna be focused at all. Yeah, it's like an iPhone 16, not a freaking movie camera thing. Drink some of this while she's gone. See if she notices. There we go. Burst from Cody. I'm trying to decide.
Bear immediately went out there to him.
Yeah. I don't know if we should go live again. I feel like that's what I don't love going live because I feel like we end up getting distracted like last week. And I said that during the episode. We get focused talking to the people in live versus the actual episode, but is what it is. It's fun to do occasionally. I don't like going live for 10 viewers. Like if we're gonna go live, I'd like to have a couple hundred people on watching or something to make it worth doing. Are you coming back then?
Yes, I got water.
This is still happening. Right then, you gotta wash your hands a wee bit. Oh, me and Sam did talk about this. So we are going to look at relocating our setup here to a different room in the house so we can get some cooler stuff. Like I said, we need some lighting and some different stuff so we're not just here.
And maybe Sam gets some knickknacks.
That's okay. We're gonna play with it and see if we can get the right setup that looks good. But the biggest thing is we gotta get a desk or something. But anyway, we'll figure that out. It's just something to look forward to. We're gonna try to make the set a little bit cooler. Mm-hmm. All right, don't look at my notes. God, how many times I gotta tell you? I said this is something I told you. Remember, I said I've got something I'm gonna bring up on the podcast, and I don't want you to act like I'm crazy. I thought about this. And I was listening to a podcast and I just made a note because I was like, what if? But what if ghosts aren't actually ghosts and we're the ghost? kind of like Sixth Sense type of situation.
Oh, I've always thought that.
Where we don't know we're dead. And when somebody sees a ghost, for them, they're in their actual reality. And they're seeing a person, if you saw a ghost here, you're not seeing a ghost. It's actually them seeing a ghost because you're the ghost.
But I've never seen a ghost that I know for a fact is alive or isn't alive. Like, I have seen or smelt, like, my grandfather.
Yeah.
My great grandfather multiple times, and I know they're dead. They're
I didn't think about that. Stuff like that. It makes me wonder. I've listened to a couple podcasts lately about near death experiences when people like are on the operating table or whatever, and there's like a commonality.
Go on, the ducks aren't in here. Go.
He's like snipping the blankets.
I know they're your babies, but go.
Go lay down. Go. But he's supposed to be in Bodie's room, by the way.
Means Bodie's door is wide open.
There's a commonality between a lot of these stories where people, like the whole thing about people seeing angels and stuff like that. I listened to a couple podcasts, which these were out there. But one of the guys was talking about he had a near-death experience where he went to hell and heaven.
Just test it out and figure out which one you want to be in?
I mean, he died for, it's one of those where he died for 7 minutes or whatever it was, and they were trying to bring him back. And he said it felt like he was there for years. Like it was just this long, drawn-out process of traveling to him, and like it went through sounds like a wormhole or something, and got there. So it's almost like is it a separate dimension, or is it truly an afterlife? Which, if you think about like your soul going somewhere, is that not a separate dimension? Because there's been scientists that have come out and said that there are multiple dimensions. We just don't know how to get to them. They said, like, we believe there's multiple dimensions. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Interstellar thing, where he's playing with the thing and seeing all. They said, like, we believe that that's there. We just have no idea how to access it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just something I was, I was some of the stuff I was listening to and thinking about.
Yeah.
Solid feedback from you as well.
I feel like if I talk about what I really believe,
we'll talk about it. That's kind of why I'm bringing this stuff up. Followers.
I mean,
that's kind of the whole point.
How do we know that we're not all already dead? How do we? So I asked you this question years ago, and you're not going to remember it. But like, how do we know the atomic bomb was already dropped on us, and we're all just living in it together right now?
Well,
like we're all living in the hell. Some of us are living in a hell. Some of us are living in a heaven right now. But it's already happened, and this is just like, it just transitioned. We're still living where we're at because Earth isn't Earth anymore because it's already blown up. Like I have weird thoughts like that. Like Jackson asked me the other day about like, if something happened, who would I come save first? I'm like, I already have it planned out. And he was shocked by it. But you're closest to him. I'm closest to the youngest.
Yeah. That
if shit started popping off, you go get him, I go get the other one, and we come here.
Yeah.
Because our house is exactly in the middle of where everybody is. Like, literally, we're here, they're here, the house is here. Like, I have it all planned. Every time I have a new job or whatever, it's already planned out. I know how to get where I need to go.
We've talked about this before, and I looked it up because I wanted to make sure. Do you remember when the Mayan calendar ended?
Yes, we packed bags.
Did we?
We were at the house that we brought Jackson home to.
Okay, but the point.
And they were in the foyer.
The point being, I've seen a lot of videos, and a lot of it is like TikTok and YouTube and stuff. It's for laughs. But people have, and we've talked about this before, where people have said things have felt off. That was 2012.
Yeah, that's
When he was just a few
I
months
remember
old.
I stocked up on formula. I stocked up on all kinds of shit.
But like, who's to say that the world didn't end at the end of 2012?
And we're just living in a different dimension?
Well, or like we've talked about before, like some kind of simulation.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like when you really start listening to some of these podcasts, and I'm skeptical of a lot of stuff, but sometimes when you start listening to it or looking at different stuff on TikTok, you're like, I don't know. A lot of people have said they've felt off since COVID I think a lot of it is just because so much has changed from the early 2000s to where we're at now. But you could say the same thing, like if you talk about from the early 70s to, so all right, so let's say from 2005, okay, to right now. It's 20 years. Okay? So how different was it from 1980 to the year 2000?
Music difference, because
different music, so I don't know how much, like when you talk about a 20-year period, it's drastically different.
Yeah.
You know, like we've talked about, like the meme that says we're as close to like a movie that we watched growing up, where they like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
It was in 85. Okay? So in 1985, I think was the first Back to the Future, they went back to 1955. So it's 30 years.
Yeah.
Okay? So right now, to go back 30 years. What?
Bear. Heard the ducks quack. Go ahead, sorry.
I hear him sniffing.
Yeah, he's sniffing the ducks.
All right, so to go back 30 years, 85 to 55. So from 25, you'd go back to 95. So the difference between right now, the same difference from 1985 to 1955 is the same thing as going from right now to 1995. Does that seem possible?
I'm trying to do the math in my head.
It's 30 years.
I've had a few drinks.
It's 30 years.
Okay.
But does that not seem weird? How big is the gap from 55 to 85? But there's a big gap from 95 to now, right? When you talk about 30 years of like just technology and like the stuff that we've developed, like it's pretty wild.
Well, because I was talking about that the other day at work, like these kids these days when they're applying for jobs,
These whippersnappers.
They're just sitting behind a computer, apply. I had to wake my ass up early. Go get the classifieds on Sunday to circle the jobs that I wanted to fax my resume to or hand deliver my resume to. We're 40. We're not that old, but that's how we used to have to apply for jobs. Like you had to fax it and hope someone took it off the fax machine and gave it to whoever was supposed to get it.
To take it to somebody in HR.
Like, no, HR didn't exist 40 years ago. HR didn't exist 30 years ago. I came up in HR when HR became a thing because my first job in HR was in trucking, and it was the HR safety is what we were. And I was at a trucking company, so there damn sure wasn't an HR. Like, in trucking, back then, there was no HR.
You just did what you wanted.
When I was 18, 19 years old.
Keep your hands to yourself, and you probably are okay.
I remember I fired a truck driver, and I had to be walked to my car for a week. It was not fun.
All right. The big topic of the night. Did you want to talk about your deal? Or do you not want to get into that?
I don't know, because you were making fun of me earlier. All right.
Sam was very worked up about this earlier this week. And I said, did you talk about it on the podcast? So I don't know. I looked at it a little bit. I keep seeing more and more about it. And I'm getting a little bit more and more on the fence. But
the fence of what? The fence that it did or didn't happen?
Tell them what you're talking about.
All right. Listen here. You're all female space trip. space.
You're
Okay?
really worked up about this. Do you want to go to space? Do you have space jealousy?
No, I don't.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
But I don't like that you're going.
People haven't seen all these videos. Sam has apparently gone down what we like to call a
rabbit hole.
A rabbit hole where she has watched. Wait. She has watched every video that comes up on her feed about this and has searched out other videos. And a lot of people that are watching this have not done that. So they don't know what you're talking about.
Just so we're clear. Katy Perry and Sanchez. Who the fuck you are? Who is Sanchez?
I don't think they're going to watch our podcast, first of all. Katy Perry, if you do, we'd love to have you on as a guest.
No, I wouldn't, because you're a cyborg. You're a fucking robot now.
Katy, listen, if you want to...
We all know you're a robot.
We'll do a sidebar.
We all know you're a robot.
Katy, listen.
I've seen the videos.
Please stop.
Your eyes flinch.
Katy, listen. If you want to come on the podcast, I'd be happy to have you on an interview. I think we could meet some common ground. I'm very interested to hear about you going to space. Sam won't be here.
She didn't go to space.
She went to low Earth orbit. I'd love to hear about how you went. Talking to her. That's all I'm saying. From a scientific perspective.
Okay, here's my other thing. Here's my other conspiracy. No. Explain this to me. Yes, you do wear a helmet when you skydive.
I've watched Point Break a bunch of times.
Point Break, Jesus.
Bodie and Johnny
Christ
Utah never
almighty.
wore helmets.
I'm starting to
Johnny Utah jumped out of the plane without even a parachute on. Then he caught up to Bodie, and then he grabbed him, and then he had the gun, and he was like, pull the chute! Pull the chute! Pull it! Pull it! Pull it! And then he had to throw the gun away because he's holding on with this arm. Then he pulled the chute, and they both impacted. It was awesome. It's the best movie. High five! Point Break!
When you impact Earth at a high speed, you're supposed to have a helmet on, and I'm just guessing because these are multi-million-dollar celebrities.
Katy Perry.
You would wear a fucking helmet.
What is her song? Firework? We should listen to Firework.
Don't. You're guys turning on her bullshit music.
What? We don't like Katy Perry now?
No, she's been dead to me for a while.
I can't think of the lyrics.
So once again, I had a topic, and you sat here and argued with me.
No, I didn't argue.
No.
Sam,
if it was on paper, it would have been ripped up and thrown in the air.
I'm going to introduce you to something called feedback. So when I have a topic...
You don't get... No. I'm married to you. You don't get to feedback me.
We're just having an open discussion.
This is equal opportunity. I get to say what I want to, and you just shut up and you have to listen to it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes an interesting podcast. When one person talks into the camera for 15 minutes and the other person just sits over here like this.
Well, you're hurting my feelings. You're taking Katy Perry's side.
I'm not. I'm just saying she's
a
wonderful artist.
I'm going to tell you this. When you edit this video in the morning, every time we say her name, I need you to bleep it out. We're not giving her any credit.
I'm going to bleep you out. This is going to be... you're going to be blurred out, and it's just going to be a picture of me. Like, I'm going to go in the bathroom and film like a part and like Photoshop it in where it's just like... I'm like, aliens are crazy, bro. Like, they're out there. Like, man, we got to watch out, bro. Like, it's going to be Joe Rogan in it. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind? To ignite. See, I don't know the lyrics.
Good. Her music sucks. It's shitty. It's what happens when you sing poppy shit. And you look like a fucking cyborg.
Baby, you're fine.
Stop giving her props on our podcast.
Come on, show 'em what you want.
I can't even burp. This shit just made me burp.
The only reason I know the lyrics to that is from watching The Interview with Seth Rogen and James Franco. And he gets in the tank with Kim Jong-un, whatever his fucking name is. Little short bastard.
This whole week has just pissed me off to be a woman.
Oh, well.
And I hate women.
Listen, guys, you heard it here first. Sam does not like women astronauts. That's what she said. Or
I only like real astronauts.
yeah,
women.
and you guys aren't real astronauts.
They're not.
So watch your backs.
Your fucking comment, have you been to space? I'm about to pitch you in space, Gale.
Have you been to space? Depends on the night. And how much I've ingested.
Fuck all you.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to stop for tonight.
Wait, you had something else to talk about, didn't you?
Well, I had a couple things, but I want to... Give me my phone. Let me see.
If you pull up a Katy Perry...
I'm not going to pull up Katy Perry. God. Let me look at my notes. Don't look. It's a secret. Shh. Let me look at my save videos. I usually have some shit in my save videos.
Oh, I have videos for you to post during my rant. I sent them all to you already. They're already in your inbox, and I know you didn't read them, so I know they're there. Because you don't read shit. You want to talk about that?
Nope. Nope, that's not something. Hold on. Hold, please. Buffering.
What's with the wolves?
We were talking about the dire wolves.
Oh.
Last week. Oh! That was the main thing. That was the top thing. All right. How long have we been going here?
We're good. Just go.
All right. So, Sam saw
You bring it in, too.
the first bullet point. So,
I'm sorry. I'm just... When I'm passionate and heated about something, I'm passionate and heated about it.
So, this is something...
I'll just shut the fuck up.
All right. So, I'm just going to say this. I don't believe in evolution at all.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it's real.
Shots fired.
I'm just going to throw this out there. It's all bullshit. None of that makes sense. I want to know if all dogs come from wolves, how the fuck do we have chihuahuas? What? What wolf ever looked like a chihuahua? What did they breed with to get chihuahuas? How do they do it?
Squirrel.
Yeah, so a giant 115-pound wolf fucked a squirrel and we got a chihuahua? Not buying it. I need to see, other than, it's just crazy. Time just happens. It's 20,000 or a million years. You go 100 fucking million years. I don't see how a wolf is turning into a fucking chihuahua. It's not happening. And in the event it does happen, then there should be no more wolves. How do we still have wolves and chihuahuas? How do we have...
Well, now we have...
There are hundreds of species, probably thousands of species of dogs. How? How do we get a bulldog? Does a wolf look anything like a Georgia bulldog?
Well, so... Then how do we have cats?
Well, cats are their own thing. That doesn't have anything to do with...
Then where do the cats come from? Lions and tigers and leopards and panthers?
That's the same thing. That's the same thing. That's like saying... That's like if you were to say a lion is the original version, but they've evolved to cats.
Okay, well, where did the lion come from?
That was always there. That's like the wolf. The wolf. It's the beginning.
How is it always there? What did it evolve from?
From that's another knock on evolution. So it came from a single-celled organism that turned into a wolf. That doesn't make any sense. You're just arguing my point.
Like, where did ants come from?
Yeah, exactly. Well, they were pterodactyls a long time ago. Now they're ants.
Where did the thing that stung me on my foot come from? Because I'd like to look him up and give him a...
My point, I was talking to our son about this earlier. If you were to say, if there were no dogs other than German Shepherds and Huskies,
yeah, and
you said, those are descendants from wolves, I'd be like, okay, I can wrap my head around that. Where the fuck is a poodle? Or like our dog, like Fred is a Westie. That's not that. And that dog does not have a fucking ounce of wolf DNA in her body.
She hunts for sure.
She hunts because she's a fucking animal and chases squirrels. She has
Bear doesn't hunt.
She has no wolf in her.
Bear
all of those dogs are different breeds. They're all their own fucking animal. I mean, they may share. It's the same thing as me and a 7-foot, like Shaquille O'Neal sharing human DNA. We're not the same fucking thing, though.
Not equal.
No. That's closer than the wolf and Fred. Me and Shaq are closer than that, and we ain't close. We ain't even remotely close. A dog that weighs you can have a dog that weighs 7 pounds and a dog that weighs, I mean, like a Great Dane weighs what, 200 pounds?
Yeah, they're big.
So that would be the equivalent of, say I weigh 200 pounds. There's also a man that is 23 foot tall and weighs 1,200 pounds. Just rough math there. I'm like, no. There's no fucking evolution. There's none. We didn't come from fucking monkeys. It didn't happen. Prove it.
Okay.
How did we come from monkeys?
Wow, we went deep, quick.
Yeah.
No evolution. We don't believe in it. So,
I don't see how. I can.
So what do you think we are? Alien.
I think
simulation?
Most animals, mammals, fish, whatever. I think that most of it is its own thing. I don't think that each species is its own thing. I don't believe that we evolved from there. All right, let me say this. I'll say there is some evolution. Like, I can wrap my head around a woolly mammoth turning into a regular elephant now. They just lost their fur. Okay, I can wrap my head around that, right? Mm-hmm. But I cannot wrap my head around, I don't care how many millions of years, a monkey turning into a person driving a fucking Tesla to work and selling commodities on, like, no.
Wow, this is new. Welcome to my side.
I still believe it. Like, you want to talk about people go off about flat, and I'm like, y'all need to get on the evolution doesn't exist train.
Oh my God, speaking of flat Earth, can we talk about...
We got to wrap this up here.
We'll wrap it up. All right, last thing.
Are you going to talk?
What is that noise?
It's your dog, one of your dogs scratching.
Oh, okay. Anyways, so the oldest was cleaning out his backpack and putting out a bunch of artwork, and I was going through it. By the way, we got to work on spelling and his handwriting. Second, he had a huge piece of paper. It was like this big, and it was explaining flat earthers to round.
It was supposed to be a comic book, and it was flat earthers and regular earthers. He called them, arguing over
regular
which
earthers.
one is correct.
But he's got these little panes, and it shows the flat Earth versus a regular earther, and it is hilarious. We don't talk very much about stuff like that with him.
I talk to him all the time.
Oh, okay.
I'm alone with him a lot when we're at the gym and we're throwing the football and he's working out and stuff. I bring up all this conspiracy crap with him in the car. I send him down the rabbit hole. He's like, "It's a good point. Maybe evolution isn't real, Dad." I'm like, "It's not. It's not. Don't listen to your teachers."
Our kids. Anyways, he did a comic strip on flat Earth versus regular Earth, and he drew out like a flat Earth and how some people see it as a 4-dimensional Earth is how he drew it. It's like a block, isn't it?
He's basically, the comic ended with they couldn't agree on it, so the two of them created a cube Earth. And I was
Instead
like,
of a round Earth or a flat Earth.
I was like,
we're now
I'm so proud. I'm so proud. You did great.
We'll insert a picture. We'll take a picture of it and insert it. It's hilarious. But,
all
yeah.
right. Well, let's wrap this up. We'll see you guys next week. I got a couple topics I definitely got to pull some research on for next week.
Yep.
But I will do it. I'm going to devote the time to it. So we got some stuff for next week. Mm-hmm. We'll see you guys then. Later.
Hey, Katy Perry, you're not a fucking astronaut. Peace.
Katy Perry, I still would like to interview.
Girl, you didn't go to space.
Katy, just if you get this message, you can DM me, slide in. We'll set up something off the books you won't know about. We'll do a little interview. It'll be great. All positive stuff. Oh, I gotta go.